Hello and welcome. On this quick video, we are going to look at the Law University's community forum, in particular the private messaging system. We are going to look at three areas. The first one has to do with how to send a private message. The second part is how to respond to a private message. And the third or the last part will be dealing with the way of block or unblock an unwanted or uninvited private sender who happen to send you private message, but for whatever reason you don't want to exchange with him or her. An example of this situation, it could be somebody who are operating out of the ethical or proper etiquettes of exchanges within the Law University's community forums or a website for them. Let's move in and explore the first step, and that is how to send a private message. The first step that you have to do is to access the intended recipient's profile page. Whoever you want to touch base with privately or discreetly, you basically have to access their profile page first. And you can do this by basically clicking on the name or the image or profile image of that person wherever you see it within the community forums. The second part, once you arrive at the profile page, you have to access the message editor to write your private message. Of course, you can do this by clicking on the top menu called Messages, and by clicking on that menu, it will open up a drop-down menu that is called Send Private Message. Clicking on Send Private Message menu, the open up menu or drop-down menu, you will be directed to the message editor to write your message. And after writing your message, you are ready to send it. You can basically send it by clicking on the send button below the message editor, and we will explain all these steps in a moment. So that's about it. Those are the basic three steps as far as sending a private message within the Law University's community forum. Now let's jump over to the website. Here we are on the website, Law University's website, or lawuniversity.edu.2. Now let's go over to the community, heading over to the forums, like so, and I'm gonna log in as administrator. Now we will go over to the front page of the forum, just like so. And as mentioned before, you have to access the profile page. That's the first step. And of course, as mentioned earlier, you can either click on the profile image, like over here as you can see, or the name. So either one, it will take you over to the profile page of the person you want to touch base with. And you can do this from anywhere you see these two identification informations within the forum. I will use my instructor's profile page for demonstrations on this very step, and I'm going to click on the name, like so. As you can see over here, I am arriving at the profile page of myself being an instructor. Now I will go over to the message menu on the top as mentioned earlier on. As you can see, the drop down menu over here called Send Private Message. I will click on that to take me over to the message editor to write my message. And of course, now we are going to go over to the message editor just like this. And you can see over here, this is the intended recipient. The name will be stated over here. And by the way, you can only send one message per recipient at a time. That's the whole purpose, private, right? So you cannot really send it all over the place, otherwise it won't be private no more. But in any case, now you go over to the editor and write in your message. This is for um, purposes only. Thanks. That's it. Whatever your message, just type it in and you're ready to send it. If I want to keep a copy, I can check it over here, then I will send the message over. Now the message is sending over, and now I'm arriving at the confirmation page. It says the message has been sent, and that's about it. That's all there is to sending a private message. Now we're going to go over to the steps of how to respond to such a message, and then we'll come back to the site to demonstrate it. Here we're going to quickly walk over the steps of how to respond to a private message. Of course, again, there are three basic steps to this particular task. The first one is to open that very message that you want to respond to, and basically just click on that message. Just that simple. The second part, of course, is created a message. Once you open that message, there will a reply window, basically like the editor, will open in the same time. That's where you are going to craft your responding message, whatever that may be. And of course, once you're done, again, the last or the part of the first third step, that is to send over, and that's by simply clicking on the send button below the reply window, and that's it. Now we will head over to the site and walk through this very task. Here we are on the website, and now we are going to head over to the forums, and at this time I'm going to log in as a instructor to make it easy for the demonstration, and go over the message we sent over before as an administrator. In any case, here we are. I can access and check my private messages just by coming over to this link. As soon as I log in and coming over to the forum, or you going over to the forum, you will notice on the very top your profile image and your name, and to the right of it you will notice private message. You can click this to take you to your profile page. Now I'm over at the profile page. As you can see over here, I can see my inbox, and it says over here I have a new message. As you remember, this is the message that we crafted, and that is this is for demonstration purposes. I can open it up. As such, as you can see over here, there is a reply window. As mentioned earlier on, I can type over here in response to the admin's private message and say thanks. Of course, I can have the options of tracing the original message, or keep a copy of this responding message to the admins for my own record keeping. In this case, I opt out from tracing the original. So that's about it. Now I click on the send button below the reply window, and here we go. It says over here the message has been sent. It's that simple, and that's how you're done with responding to private messages. Now we are going to head over and explain away the last part of those three areas we're supposed to cover for this particular tutorial, and that is to block or unblock a sender who sent you messages in private, or in discrete fashion, but for whatever reason you don't want to exchange with that particular sender. This process is very easy. If you open the message, let's say you come and receive the message, if you look over whatever the message may be, on the very top you can see the profile where it's coming from and the time that the message was coming. To the far right of it, it's give you three options. Okay, either you want to forward it to somebody else, or you want to delete it, or let's say you want to block it. Block the user. You don't want to exchange with that user no more. You don't want him or her to contact you privately. So all you have to do is click over here on block user. That is that simple. However, because I'm trying to block an administrator, the system doesn't allow, as you can see over here. If this was not an administrator that I'm trying to block, it will inform you or confirm you that that particular user has been blocked, whatever his name is supposed to be. But of course, as an administrator, you cannot block the administrator. They have to do their work. In any case, that's basically how you block somebody who try to contact you, but you don't want to exchange with him or her. On the other side, let's say you change your mind that you want to enable the blocking mechanisms and allow that persons to exchange with you again. For whatever reasons you change your mind, you will come over to your profile page. Under blocking, you will see the list of those that you have blocked, just like over here. And of course, if I had the capability to block the administrator's profile will show up here as one of those that I block. And of course, it will give you the feature over here to unblock that person and enable that person to start sending you private messages again. And that's it. There's nothing mysterious about blocking and unblocking. It's just a nice feature to have for whatever reason, as we mentioned earlier on. You don't want these nuisance people who try to bother you. Before we wrap up this tutorial, I would like to quickly walk over a few things that I think it's very important to point out at this time as far as the private messaging system within the Law University forum. First is these features over here. This is kind of explain itself, of course. The inbox, that's the incoming mails. Of course, the outbox, that's the mails that you're sending, and the trash can, of course, those that you want to delete. Composing and creating a new message. That's kind of explain itself. The part that I want to show you, let's say when you want to compose a mail or a message rather, notice this feature over here. And of course, as I said before, you can go over to your profile page and access the send private message, and you can do that. But over here you will see on the far right a show user link or menu. If you click on that, that will adjust the message editor page, and you will see a drop down field like so. Just in case you want to contact those students that you may happen to know, but you don't have access to them because they haven't posted in the forum or haven't participated in the exchanges within the forums, and you can't click on their identification information such as their image or their name. You can come over here and go to the user setting over here, or user list for that matter, and drop this down, and then you click over here. Let's say I want to contact with this person over here. See, as soon as I clicked over there you go. It's setting up, and then you go back to the whole process that we already talked about earlier on. And that's about, that feature is very nice just in case you want to, seriously want to touch base with somebody for whatever reason, but you cannot touch base with them rather. That's a feature that I want to show you as far as that. The other feature is this, the setting. Within the private messaging system, you will see that setting always at the bottom left part of the page. As I just click on it, it will open up these features on your case. And you can basically pick up the whatever the nature of the notification you need to have, as far as as you can see the choices over here. Either you want an email to notify you that there's a message, or you don't want any email, or even an email notification when you're offline, not on the site. They still send you a message. There is somebody sending try to touch base with you. Or say you want to have a pop-up to show you a new message is arriving. This is very handy, for example, if you're working on a forum and you don't want to keep going back to your profile page and check whether you have a private message. Particularly if you intended to receive a message from somebody, you can check this, and there will be a pop-up in the midst of the forums for you to say you have received a message. There's a new message just coming in for you, and of course you can click that and save it, as I just did. But in any case, those are the two things that I thought would be worthwhile showing to you, those user list and also the setting. If you have any questions regarding this very system, please post it below this video. Otherwise, we hope this will help you how to use the resources within the Law University's forums effectively to your benefits. Thank you so much for listening to this tutorial. In any case, remember, use this system as needed, and please use it for the purpose that it was meant to be, and be a good citizen of the Law University community forums. In any case, bye for now.